What's up, Pirates? Wraith Talks here with AwakenedTCG, and we also have Jim with AwakenedTCG here for a brand new video. Today, as you can see here on the screen, we're going to be talking about basically the market where it's at. Today is the first official day. This will probably release sometime this week, but this is the first official day of the release, and we're going to go ahead and look at prices, see how much they've dropped, kind of what they're at, and what we're looking at.
All right, and let's get right into the juice right here for our first card. We have the biggest hit of the set, Manga Sabo. I actually pulled this myself. It is my second manga pull after Manga Ace in set 2. This one going for a lot less than Manga Ace, that's for sure. Every card, if we haven't said it yet, is going to be vastly different in price than every prior set, just because this set has got really good
Inventory.
Yeah, this has got really good inventory. Every store in my area, at least, that didn't get great stuff is now getting the allocation they need to support everybody that wants to play this amazing card game. But as you can see, these cards, the manga cards that usually cost upwards of 1,000 in prior sets, are now going for $300, which is kind of insane to even think about. Yeah, tons of options under 300 and also tons of sales under 300. If you want the Sabo card, I think now is a great time to buy it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, manga cards are still really rare. And I think what it comes down to is the big price difference from other sets is obviously the allocation, right? So stores are finally going to be able to sell exactly how much people are wanting, right? So there's the demand is being fulfilled finally, and so this is kind of what I'm expecting from here on forward, which is good and healthy for the game.
100%, and we're going to see this trend following suit in the next two leaders here. The next two most expensive cards are going to be our two best leaders that are going to make some waves in the meta. First, we're going to have Rebecca, sitting at around $100, maybe a little more, as most sales have been going for more, but it is, as you can see, definitely trending down. Now is probably a great time to pick it up. I could see it going down a bit more. Like we said, everything got thrown onto the market today because it is release day. So you're going to see stuff go down a lot just because all the stuff being thrown on here. But I think slowly over time, like probably in the next month, I could see this going up a bit more to like maybe 110, 120.
And then obviously people are trying to sell everything they can right now to get the best price. So some of these cards might dip a little lower, but then obviously kind of they'll really come back to kind of where they're sitting at, right? So most of the meta cards will definitely keep their price and won't be too low in the future, especially these leaders. These leaders tend to hold a really great value, especially if they're really in the meta. So these are definitely some cards that you can definitely purchase right now at these prices and not regret it.
100%. Don Quixote del Flamingo, definitely kind of the same thing there. And let's just skip over these cards and go over the lesser leaders. Vivi we have sitting around about half the price of those at 50, and Queen not too far along as well, about 50 as well. So if you want to play either of these leaders, another great time to pick them up. And the cheapest leaders, unfortunately, are going to be Isho and Crocodile, sitting under $30. I think, is this the cheapest leader we've ever seen? I think it might be close with Iceberg.
Yeah, Iceberg is sitting around $20. So this is day one of the set being released, already down to this price, right? So just goes to show how much inventory we're actually getting. And obviously Iceberg, it was the worst deck or the worst leader in that set, and so Croc is the worst leader in this set. So you kind of see the difference there. But I mean, this art is still sick, and if you're a collector, this is definitely a good time to buy. People don't want the card, they're just selling it off, and it's going a little lower than I personally think it should, because these card arts are amazing. Like, I would rather take this any day over the Iceberg.
Yeah, Crocodile also a fan favorite character, which is going to boost the price a little bit in the long run. And that is it for the leaders. Next up, let's go over the next most expensive cards, which is going to be the special arts, the 5 special arts. Number 1 here being a Boa Hancock. Absolutely stunning art on this card. And if you haven't seen these in real life, They have like this really cool swirly pattern in the background, amazing foil. These cards look great, and they are selling for honestly less than I thought they would be.
Yeah, I mean, these cards are up there with rarity in terms of pull rates, right? So these are few and far between. Uh, this being the most expensive,
right?
yeah, 2 per case.
Two per case. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. But I mean, these cards definitely have that special artwork flavor. Like, they're completely different from the whole set. They're old cards that are on cards that are used in other decks, right? And so it's like, it's a mix of like rarity, a mix of the card being super amazing, the artworks being insane, and just waifu tax as well for this one in particular.
But yeah, this card definitely, the waifu tax will take effect on, even though the other cards are also great cards. This card is also a very playable card, so that's why the price is probably the highest out of all the 5. And next up, right behind Boa, we have the Trafalgar Law. This one arguably better than the normal 5-drop Law alt art, although I probably like the normal alt art better. This is actually at a pretty decent price.
Yeah, definitely fair. Kind of hugging around the other alt art price as well.
Yeah, for 2 per case, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
And the lower end of the special arts, Whitebeard would have been way up there, but the restriction is probably holding it back.
Yeah.
But the good thing is you only need to buy 1, so. And then along with Magellan. Magellan I thought was going to be the cheapest of the special arts, but it's actually sitting around 33 here, more than Whitebeard and Sakazuki. Probably people preparing for Purple Luffy next set, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
100%, yeah. And last up in the special arts, we have the Sakazuki at 28, almost 30 bucks, which is very surprising for a good card that's playable in every single black deck and a fantastic art as well. I'm really surprised this is so low, especially for something that's 2 per case.
Yeah, I mean, and the card art's sick, as like it's really cool too. I mean, they're, for the most part, the bottom 3 are all hovering around like $30 range. But yeah, this one being the lowest is definitely a surprise to me.
All right, and let's go ahead and finish out with the standard alt arts. So the most expensive standard alt art, if you pull one, is going to be the Sanji Blocker alt art. Also, just amazing card and amazing art. I think we gave this a 10 out of 10 in our video that we did on all the alt arts. Sitting around $45, which is pretty solid for a 4 of card that you're going to need in pretty much every Katakuri deck.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the card art is just amazing, right? And then this is the most used card in every yellow deck. It's 4 of, and so yeah, I mean, the price reflects that, right? It's good card, good art,
popular deck
in the meta. Yeah.
And number 2, to no surprise, is the 10-drop Doflamingo. We already knew Doflamingo taking a selfie was going to be way up there. But still, even the second most expensive alt art is only $35. This is unseen in this card game. So this is a great thing for the players and the collectors. People are not really being affected by the scalping anymore just because there's actual allocation now. There's enough for everybody. So great prices, great art. If you want this Doflamingo, I would pick it up now. I don't think it's going to go down by much more, but you never know.
Yeah, 100%. I think there being enough product available is good for the collectors because they can buy what they need at a very good price, and then as well as people that actually play the game competitively or casually, they can buy cards for their decks at a really good price. And so, if you guys want to buy any cards, you can just hold off on the market, give it another week, and then go from there. The prices can drop a little more. But for the most part, they're already hitting their bottoms, in my opinion. And so I would personally not feel bad buying a set of alt arts for a certain card in this market pricing right now, like where the ranges are at. because most of the prices will start slowly going back up as everyone's, going to stop buying OP04, and then not enough cards are going to be in the market. That's when the prices start slowly going up, especially for the super rare cards, the super rarity ones like the alt art leaders, the special arts, and stuff like that. But yeah, I think overall this has probably been the best set in terms of inventory, and so I'm super happy to see it.
Yep, we are definitely all happy to see that. Nothing like cards that are actually good at price. We're just gonna go rapid fire here through these rest of these alt arts. Right behind Doflamingo, we're gonna have Sabo at a decent 35 bucks, 37. Yamato at 36, 37. Monkey D. Luffy dropped a little bit. I think it was actually the most expensive a little while ago. Now it's being around the middle of the pack at 38, 35-ish range. Next up, we have Kaido for every Crocodile deck, Queen deck, whatever blue deck you're trying to run. A lot of them are going to want this Kaido, which means it's going to be a decent price at 24. Still an amazing price for an alt art, especially one this good. Beige a lot lower than I thought it would be, to be honest. A staple in every single yellow deck from this point on, and a sick art. We love this art. And a great card. Really surprised. 20 bucks. If I wanted to, I'd pick 4 of these up. Sugar at $19. Less than 20 for this fantastic 10 out of 10 art. If you're playing Doflamingo or any card or any deck that plays this card, 100% pick this up.
Yeah, and the art looks twice as good in person than it does online here. This picture doesn't do it justice. The way the foil is on the card in person is amazing.
Can confirm we have both pulled one Sugar now, and they look absolutely fantastic. And honestly, my biggest surprise of the set, only $17 for Miss All Sunday. I get the card is not amazing and it's not in a super popular color, but for a popular character and a fantastic art, wow, $17 is insanely low. Just honestly baffling how low these prices are.
And I think we're barely scratching the surface in terms of how low an alt art can get. I think there's still a lot of alt arts that are lower. Yeah. So
as you can see, it's alt art secret rares, both Rocinante and Vivi, around $13 to $14. Both great arts, pretty rare arts. Honestly, I've seen a lot of Rocinantes, which is weird, but that's probably just an anecdotal thing. But both these are great cards, great arts. Not much playability wise, but they look great. But only around 15 bucks is crazy. Kuro, Staple, and Rebecca, only 15 bucks once again. Diamante, not a super staple, but played in a lot of Doflamingo decks, only $12. And now getting below 10, we have 8-drop Crocodile. Just this low because of the archetype, I'm assuming, but the art is fantastic as well. And for our 4 big losers, almost forgot about someone down here. We've got the Who's Who. And the Who's Who still decent around 9, but once we get to these lower ones like Pell, Trouble, and Mr. 5, yeah. All not good cards, couple and not great archetypes. But honestly, all pretty great arts, minus Trouble.
Yeah, Trouble art is not my favorite.
This art is sick, especially in real life. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I would say, yeah, the art for Mr. 5 is just like, in person, it's just like, it looks so sick. Like, for it to be only $3.40 is doing the card a disservice. Like, this card is so insane. I might have to pick up a full set just because they're so cheap and it, won't cost me anything out of my wallet just to have. You never know when this card could be playable. Yeah, probably never. It sucks, but amazing art. Amazing art.
Amazing art. Not a popular character, unfortunately, and not a good card, which is why it's so low. And to end out the video here, we're just going to go over the SRs. Starting off with the more expensive ones, we have like Sabo and Sanji, around $4 to $5. These are the staples in a lot of the new deck, so they're warranted the $5, but $5 still not that bad. Monkey D. Luffy around 3, and Doflamingo even lower, almost at 2, or next to Sugar. And these are all the staple cards you're going to want in these new decks, so great prices for most of them. $5 is a bit much for Sabo. Kind of surprised Sabo is the most. I would have guessed Sanji or Doflamingo, but Sabo is currently going for around $5.
Yeah, I mean Rebecca is, in my opinion, a top 3 deck this set, and so kind of can see that. I can see that. But the one thing I do want to say is when we're looking at these super rare cards, we're looking at, obviously the highest is $5, and then we're starting to get $2, $1, like for the super rares for staples index. At this rate, it is more expensive to get cards that you need from OP01, OP02, or OP03 in a deck versus the new cards that you use to replace certain cards index now. So from here on out, it's going to be super cheap to actually be able to buy and play meta decks. And so, like I said, guys, like if you're trying to get into this game, right now is the time. Especially if you want to play Rebecca, you can probably build a whole Rebecca deck for under $50.
Yep, super cheap. Rebecca, all new cards, and the fact that you can make a whole new deck, 50 cards for under $50 is absolutely bonkers. Speaking of low prices, this is going to be the last card we go over. It's going to be the alternate art VV Dawn, 2 in every single box, which is probably why it's less than every single other alt art Dawn. But it is one of my favorite. It's a fantastic moment from the show and some great art as well. Only at $2 for the alt art Dawn, which is pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean, not my favorite Dawn release so far. There has been a double pack. It's just kind of like a side product that they release with 2 alternative art Dawns, which are way more usable in my opinion. And like, yeah, so as you can see, there's one right there.
Let's go over these now.
So those two just released off a side product where you get 2 packs and then you get 1 random Dawn, this one or the Rosinante. But yeah, the VV Dawn is 2 of per box, and obviously it's a nice Dawn, but it's not my particular favorite. But yeah, so it hovering $2 doesn't surprise me.
Yep, $2 for that, and around $5 for both of these special Dawn. Honestly, this Rosinante Dawn is awesome. I would love to pick up a set of 10, and I probably will end up doing that.
All right, Pirates, thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of this video. We're going to go ahead and end this one right here. I hope you guys gained some insight on kind of where the market is at. If you're looking to get into the game, kind of see prices for certain card sets that you need. But thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been showing. 1,000 subscribers is on the way. We're going to have an insane giveaway, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, make sure to like this video, comment down below if you plan to buy any of these cards, subscribe to our channel, and you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.